Hey everyone, welcome to week 6 of my weekly portfolio update. As a lot of you know, my name is Ryan. I'm a long-term dividend growth investor. I've been investing now for nearly 2 years. My returns have been relatively decent and the dividends are starting to slowly roll in. And today I'm going to be showing you guys my whole investment portfolio that I'm currently holding. So let's jump right into it. First, we're going to start with my Robinhood portfolio. So Robinhood is an app that allows you to buy and sell stocks for free. Currently, my holdings for stocks are 100 shares of Ford and AT&T. I have 45 shares of Realty Income, which I've been buying quite a bit lately. This is a monthly dividend paying REIT, Real Estate Income Trust. It's a pretty nice one. I like it a lot, and I'm building my position on them. Next, we have 7 shares of Altria, 100 shares of ACB, 100 shares of Reut, 2 shares of Coca-Cola, 1 share of CLM, and then lastly we have 1 share of Starbucks and 3 shares of McDonald's, giving my entire portfolio a net value of about 96.67. I'm currently also holding a few options. So every stock that I'm holding that I have at least 100 shares of, I sell calls against to help lower my cost basis. So you can look at AT&T, Ford, ACB, and Reut. These are all calls that I've sold. But then I also have some long calls. I have a call on the short S&P 500 fund. I have some SPY puts and a few SPY puts using debit spreads. And these are kind of hedges against market downturn so that I don't give up all of my gains. So that's what those are. Next, we have M1 Finance, which is also, it holds a couple of different accounts. It holds my retirement account and my taxable account, and also a traditional IRA account. The biggest account is my Roth retirement account, so we're going to look at that portfolio. Currently, it is up about 15.5%, which is actually a pretty good return. I'm quite happy with how this portfolio has been performing. This was opened, it looks like January 7th, so we're just under 1 year, and I got 15.5 return under 1 year, so I'm pretty pleased with that. The biggest holding in this portfolio is Clorox. Under that, we have Consolidated Edison, Pfizer, 3M, and Royal Dutch Shell. Under that, we have Colgate-Palmolive, IBM, Chevron, BTI, which is British American Tobacco, Universal Corporation, J&J, and Hasbro. These are all at about 3%, along with Kimberly-Clark. And then some smaller positions, these are under 3%. We have Unilever, Apple, PepsiCo, Air Products and Chemicals, BP, Caterpillar, Procter & Gamble, Starbucks, Philip Morris, and Cedar Fair. We also have Home Depot coming in here at about 2.2%, with General Mills and Walmart. And Duke Energy lastly, which has actually made a nice move upwards. It's been kind of volatile, but it made a big move downwards, and now it's kind of bouncing up. And I've bought Duke on the dip on the way down. And then lastly, some smaller positions. I'm just going to quickly go through. We have Southern Company, which is also an electric company, Leggett and Platt, Campbell's Soup, Bank of Hawaii, Norfolk, Bank of Montreal, Hawaiian Electric, Coca-Cola, UTX, Altria, McDonald's, and Realty Income once again. So that's my retirement portfolio. I can just quickly show you guys. This is the taxable one. This one was opened actually the most recently. Surprisingly, it has one of the best returns, and it's all pretty much the same companies, just in smaller amounts of investing. And then the traditional IRA is a lot smaller, just a few companies, as you see right here. Currently about 10% return, which is alright. But this was just started up in April, it looks like, so this is just about half a year, maybe a little bit longer. Lastly, we're going to look at my stash account, which is my biggest portfolio. I invest and manage this one pretty often. I'm always putting $5 here or $5 there, because for those of you who don't know, Stash allows you to buy fractional shares, which I like to point anyone in the looking to start investing to look at fractional shares, especially if you don't have much capital to invest. But my portfolio is made of a taxable and a retirement portfolio, which hold nearly identical companies. So we'll look at my bigger portfolio, which is my Stash personal portfolio, currently valued at around $9,200 with a $1,200 return, which is a pretty good return. I'm pretty happy with that. So the biggest holding on Stash is McDonald's for me. This is coming in at about 9%, I believe. Under that, we have Johnson & Johnson and Home Depot tied at about $500 invested. I'm actually cutting a little bit of my Johnson & Johnson position. Home Depot is it's kind of crept into one of my top positions. I've actually just recently been buying it on this dip after earnings, and that's how it's gotten to such a high position in my portfolio. But it's a company that I'm confident to invest in. Next, we have IBM, currently yielding about 5%, along with Altria and AbbVie. These are two great dividend growth stocks, currently yielding, I believe, 5 to 6% each. And I've bought them. They've both dipped this year. I've bought heavily, and the returns are now 20 and 23% for these two. So I'm cutting a little position, maybe a few bucks off of each, but I'm still definitely in the long haul for these. They have very nice dividend yields. Next, we have Starbucks once again, along with Duke Energy and 3M. So next, we're getting to 3M, which is only $330 invested compared to everything else, which was over $400. So we're getting to some smaller positions. We have Pfizer, Royal Dutch Shell, ExxonMobil, and I've been actually buying a lot of these oil companies. I'm not super bullish on the future of oil, especially with the turnaround in electric vehicles and moving away from these fossil fuel vehicles. But the dividend yield is nice, and it's a growing yield, so I'm willing to take that risk. We also have Coca-Cola once again, which is a position that I'm also building here and there in the back of Realty Income. We have Microsoft, Boeing, Cisco, which I've just bought today actually. We have Kraft Heinz, Consolidated Edison, Hormel Foods, Apple, Caterpillar, Costco, National Grid. This is a worldwide electric company, so they're not just in the United States. I believe they're actually based out of Europe. Next, we have Walt Disney, which I'm cutting a small position on, selling a little bit. Clorox, which is now offered on Stash. It just was added. We have Merck, Walgreens Boot Alliance, Lockheed Martin, Nike, which has just hit all-time highs today, I believe, which is December 9th, 2019, just at the end of the year. And then we have some smaller positions, less than $70 invested. I'm not going to go through all of these, but we have restaurant brands, Walmart, BP, which I've just been buying some of this. This is I guess I like Exxon and Royal Dutch Shell a little bit more. But then we have Bank of America, Yum Brands, Raytheon, and these are really small investments, so it really doesn't affect my portfolio too much, but still nice stocks. We have some AT&T, and it's a small position just because I'm holding so much in my Robinhood, because I have about $4,000 worth. But other than that, that's my main 3 investing portfolios for you guys right here. Most of these stocks that I'm investing in are paying me dividends every single quarter or sometimes every single month. And I record those dividends, and I've been recording them all year. So if you're curious as to how much dividends I'm making every single month with these exact holdings, check those videos out. I'm going to be uploading that at the end of the month for my end of the year dividends, which will include pretty much all dividends that I received for this year. So I'm pretty excited for that. I'm excited to see them grow and, ending this year strong. So as always, thanks for watching my video, guys. I hope your portfolios are growing and doing well. And if you're not invested yet, hopefully this can be some motivation to see some of these profits and to see some of these dividends, to see how it works. Other than that, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment below, and we'll see you guys soon.